Now on CoastTV News.
Rehoboth's wind deal. Rehoboth's major decision on a $2 million agreement with U.S. Wind, the benefits, the controversies, and the varied opinions within the community. Lewis Line's future. A crucial evening for the future of the Lewis bus line, the debate surrounding its utility and cost.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Offshore wind controversy on the coast. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with efforts to begin offshore wind projects in our area.
New tonight, offshore wind developer U.S. Wind trying to entice coastal towns as plans for a wind farm move forward. The company is offering a 20-year, $2 million deal to Rehoboth Beach, Bethany, South Bethany, Dewey, and Henlopen Acres for an endorsement of sorts. CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber shows us the agreement is sparking mixed opinions in the area.
If the city of Rehoboth Beach signs a community benefits agreement with U.S. Wind, the agreement would give the city $2 million over 20 years if the city agrees to not obstruct or delay the development of the projects. Claire O'Meara, a Rehoboth Beach local, is all for it.
I think we need to have renewable energy, that especially the wind farms, because they complement the solar energy, and climate change is going to kill our habitat as a species if we don't get on top of it.
The agreement also states that U.S. Wind will have no control or influence over how the city chooses to use the payments. However, while the city commissioners debated the agreement, one attendee said it's too soon to sign anything.
I'm not here to argue the pros and cons of wind energy and whether or not they should be offshore. Mine is, it should be, the process is a little bit flawed. The governor should let the General Assembly look at this in a transparent way. This is our democracy, and it should be open and transparent.
U.S. Wind is looking to run the wind farm cables down at Delaware Seashore State Park, but it is looking for support from all of the surrounding coastal towns. One person believes with time, people will get used to the sight of the wind turbines.
It's like everything, it's like if you have a train that goes by your house every day. At first you hear it, a couple days, couple months, you don't even know it's there. So I think the visual impact won't be that much.
Another concern about the project is how they could affect wildlife, but others say there are far worse environmental threats. U.S. Wind is bringing a similar agreement to South Bethany on Wednesday.
That was CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber. Rehoboth Beach officials will meet again January 19th to further talk about where they stand with that agreement. Now, other coast towns will soon be having wind farm meetings like Rehoboth Beach to talk about that community agreement with U.S. Wind. One town that is considering signing is South Bethany. That's January 10th. Bethany Beach is holding a meeting on the topic January 12th. And Fenwick Island will have an update on the offshore wind farm on January 10th.
U.S. Wind has requested approval from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration for regulations related to its Maryland offshore wind project. According to U.S. Wind, these regulations would govern the incidental impact on 19 species of marine mammals. The plan includes restricted activities during key periods to protect marine life, especially whales. The public can give feedback until February 5th. If approved, these guidelines will apply from 2025 to 2029 during the project's construction. And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll tonight. We want to know, should the coast towns sign a benefits agreement with U.S. Wind? Let's look at the updated results from last hour.
Take a look at your screen. So far, now a majority still saying no, but it is getting slimmer and slimmer margins every single time we run this poll, Mallory.
That's right, and it's been changing so far tonight. It'll continue to change because if you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttvnews.com or on our mobile app. We will show you updated results throughout the evening. And now let's take a live look outside into Ocean City. It's a cold night right now. This might just be the calm before the storm. So let's check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, joining us now with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Mallory. Everything that's happening in the center part of the country and causing havoc there, that havoc is now moving east towards us. But currently, we're under the influence of a high pressure system, so we're not so concerned tonight. Tomorrow, this is out of the way, and it opens the door for this. We have storm warnings in effect off of the coast, meaning we're watching out for 60-mile-per-hour winds or worse off of the coast until Wednesday morning. And we also have flood watch and high wind warnings throughout all of Sussex County. Now that reaches down into Ocean City as well, with the high wind warning in effect till 4 o'clock in the morning. The storm warning off the coast is for the entire Delmarva coastal region. And now a newly issued coastal flood warning is active for places like Copeland, Mardella Springs, Salisbury, Eden, and Wango. Coming up, we're going to talk about the timing and the intensity of these storms. Till then, back to you, Mallory.
Paul, and for more weather updates, make sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code for our First Alert weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need. Delaware State Police arrested 66-year-old Terry Bratton of Milton following a shooting at Green Stinger Sports Bar in Felton. Police say the shooting happened early Sunday morning after an argument escalated inside the bar to the parking lot. That's where Bratton allegedly shot a 28-year-old man. Troopers say the 28-year-old is currently receiving treatment for his wound. They say Bratton is facing multiple felony charges.
A massive fire broke out over the weekend in Georgetown. According to the Georgetown Volunteer Fire Company, it happened on Steiner Road. Take a look at these images here. They say a pole barn is what was on fire. Firefighters from neighboring towns came to assist. It took about 3 hours. Luckily, nobody was hurt. The fire marshal is now investigating what led up to that big fire.
Tonight at 6:30, the Sussex County Republican Committee will host a monthly meeting at Millsboro Fire Hall. The spotlight is on the GOP candidate for the U.S. House, Danielle Hall, who will share her 2024 election platform and engage with the audience. According to organizers, the event also features new state representative Valerie Jones-Giltner, who replaced Ruth Briggs King when she moved out of District 37. She will recap this special election, plus state GOP chair Julianne Murray will urge support for a petition for former President Trump's primary ballot inclusion.
Delaware Electric Cooperative and OptiWatt are expanding their smart EV charging pilot to support the growing number of electric car owners in Delaware. According to the company, this innovative program has 100 members, and it helps balance EV charging with grid demands and offers $100 signups as a reward and a $5 monthly credit.
Milton is considering creating paid parking. The town's parking group is proposing using meters or the Park mobile app to cause people to pay for and hopefully free up parking in the downtown area. The proposal suggests that cars would be charged $2 an hour between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. The group expects to use revenue from the parking to fund its enforcement, but some locals see a lack of physical spaces to park, posing as an ongoing challenge.
We don't have enough parking spaces. So if you add up the per space, how much it would cost, I'm not sure you're going to make any money on it if you in fact can break even.
This discussion will begin in just a little bit tonight at the Milton Public Library at 6:30 p.m.
Pre-construction has begun on the new Rehoboth Beach Patrol headquarters and public restroom at Baltimore Avenue. The old building is slated for demo in the coming weeks. The city says Delmarva Veteran Builders, the contractor, is committed to maintaining pedestrian access to the boardwalk during construction, with plans to keep both sides open during the summer. Work hours are set from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Effective now, the Trap Pond boat ramp will be closed for about 8 to 10 weeks. Delaware State Parks says it's due to essential spillway repairs, which involve a significant drawdown of water. Park authorities are asking for the public's cooperation and understanding these improvements to make sure they're going to make boating safety and experiences better in the future.
Starting mid-January, expect to see Tyler Technologies data collectors in Milford, Ellendale, Slaughter Beach, and nearby areas. This is for the countywide reassessment. According to the company, the collectors are identifiable by their yellow vests, Sussex County IDs, and marked cars. They'll be documenting property details externally. They'll work weekdays, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and won't request indoor access. The company says they're gathering exterior measurements and details like the number of bedrooms, types of heating systems, and construction materials.
Coming up January 25th at the Lewis Library is a public forum discussing Delaware's probation system. According to the Southern Delaware Alliance for Racial Justice, it will highlight how minor violations, not new crimes, they say are increasing incarceration rates. Attendees will hear from those directly affected, learn about proposed changes like Senate Bill 4, which is aimed at helping released individuals reintegrate successfully into society.
These light poles in Fenwick Island are giving homeowners a headache. As Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us, Delmarva Power added new lights to South Shoals Road, and people there are not happy.
Light poles are a common sight in Fenwick neighborhoods. But what if they were too bright? These two controversial light poles are not like the other ones on South Schultz Road. The other light poles are modern with a more orange look in addition to the light only facing downward. At Monday's residential concern meeting, at least 3 people said the new light poles are a sharp white light that shoots everywhere from the ground into people's homes. Neighbors tell us these lights cause a lot of conversation.
There was a community email sent out, and I can't say anybody did not agree. Everybody's in agreement that it's just too bright.
On the bright side, homeowners will be happy to hear that Delmarva Power will be placing covers over the 2 lampposts, and hopefully that will resolve the issue. I'm Kevin Zappe on Coast TV News.
We are thrilled to announce Coast TV has a brand new Facebook page. For the latest in news, exclusive content, and interactive discussions, make sure to visit and follow our new page. Just head on over to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC or scan the QR code you see right there, and please stay connected with us. We have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Ocean City Beach Patrol is now hiring for their 2024 summer season. Learn how much new recruits will be making this year.
And stay tuned as we dissect the windswept warnings for Wednesday, forms across the coastal concerns with inland alerts, and we'll have the latest on the development of the latest warnings or watches that have just been issued for our area.
The Lewis line may be reaching the end of the road. Don't go anywhere. We have that story in just 60 seconds.
Shop Johnny Janosic's winter home sale and get a fresh new look for your home. You'll save up to 50%, plus 0% APR till 2026, and instant discounts up to $500. Now through this holiday Monday at Johnny Janosic.
Uneven concrete at your home or business? It's unsightly and unsafe. Call Morris Masonry, Delmarva's exclusive spray foam systems, concrete leveling, and masonry contractor. Morris injects safe polyurethane to slowly level the slab. It stabilizes the ground below, reducing erosion and settling. Leveling is half the cost of pouring new, and it's done in as little as 1 day. Call Morris Masonry for an expert analysis. No job is too big or too small. They'll fix your front step or even a shopping mall.
Or city sidewalks, or a highway.
If you're not sleeping well, Johnny Janosic is here to help. Purchase any mattress of $1699.95 or more and get a free pillow set, a free sheet set, and $400 off any Rise Home Power Base. Shop Johnny Janosic's Mattress World.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
If you've ever noticed a lack of riders on the Lewis line in summer months, you're not alone. Now, Lewis City Council is discussing the fate of the busing program at their meeting tonight.
Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert is live in Lewis. Charles, the line may be heading off into the sunset.
Maddie and Mallory, these buses behind me here are currently empty and inactive for the off-season. But according to some city council members, the biggest problem facing these buses behind me is the fact that they remain empty when they're supposed to be active in the summertime months. Now, city council is discussing what they want to do with this busing program in their meeting tonight, with those 3 options being either keeping it the same, maybe make some changes to it, or simply getting rid of it altogether. Now, this has been the subject of some debate amongst the council for a couple of weeks now, with some members members saying it is simply not being used enough by neighbors or visitors to justify the cost of operation. But the council members that work to start this program say it serves a need in the community and that the goal of public transit is to be a service and not necessarily to make money. But one neighbor said today it is simply not worth keeping the Lewis line around anymore.
Now, after 2 years, it's clear that it isn't achieving the goals that they wanted, and therefore I believe that it should be terminated.
Now, it is important to note that the Lewis line is on a 3-year pilot program, with this upcoming summer being the 3rd year. Now, we will have the outcome on any possible votes tonight on Coast TV News at 11. I'm Charles Reiner, live in Lewis tonight, Coast TV News.
Well, we've been warning you about this storm since last week. Well, it's coming to knock on your door tomorrow. Watching out for 70-mile-per-hour winds, torrential downpours. That's just the beginning of what I need to tell you about. Stick around.
In 2 days, they did this work, which was fantastic. Put in a brand new grab bars, a docking station, and a bench to my height. I think Coastal Bath is an oh my gosh and a wow. They do an awesome job.
It's our annual New Year savings. Take $2,024 off your new bathroom project and no payments and no interest until 2025. Local and family owned. Call Coastal Bath today.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Is the name of your bank changing again? The Farmers Bank of Willards has been a local independent bank for nearly 100 years. When you bank local, your money stays here in our community, where it benefits our local businesses, farms, and families. The Farmers Bank has real people ready to help and world-class features like our free mobile banking app with Locket debit card security, a Smart Sense savings program, and free checking with no minimum balance. Stop paying extra fees and switch to the Farmers Bank of Willards, where people matter.
Flu season brings the constant caroling of sneezing, sniffling, and whining children. 30% of people infected with influenza do not know it, making it easy to infect others, especially young children. Your best shot? A flu vaccination for yourself and those you love. Your Dachshund offers flu shots 7 days a week, no appointment needed. Flu shots for veterans are always free. Get your flu shot today.
Your Dachshund, in partnership with Tidal Health.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
When it comes to making you feel comfortable and safe in your own home or business, you need a company that is there for you, no matter where you live. At Bennett Termite and Pest Solutions, we will always go the extra mile and put our best fleet forward for you and your family. With a commitment to customer satisfaction comes our commitment to reach every customer on the peninsula. That's why we are Delmarva's trusted company when it comes to your pest control needs. Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
Track the storm with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Team.
We have one really nasty, big, aggressive storm that's targeting us for Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. Right now, Boardwalk Plaza, we're at 39 degrees in Rehoboth. And as far as tonight is concerned, everything is tranquil, where temperatures are going to stay in the upper 30s under mostly clear skies. A quick peek at our current conditions. We're feeling like 35 degrees in Lewis and Milton, as well as Selbyville, and just 1 degree warmer than that in Ocean Pines. Winds are relatively light for now, but just to kind of show you how serious this storm is and headed towards us, all of the watches and warnings I'm about to tell you don't even kick in until Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So even when we're talking about high wind warnings in effect for all of Sussex, that kicks in Tuesday and it ends at 4 o'clock in the morning. Storm warning. Now, this is a unique warning. This is talking about possible 60 to 70 mile per hour winds along the coast. This is from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague with that storm warning. And it's so windy, of course, it goes right into the inland areas where we have the high wind warning. They kind of go right neck and neck with one another because they're so close to one another in proximity. We also have a flood warning, a coastal flood warning, which indicates that we're expected to have flooding imminent. Cambridge, Natticoke, Westover, Salisbury area, particularly along the coastal regions. That's an expectation, not a wondering if it's like, yeah, that's almost a sure bet when we're talking about warnings this far in advance of the storm arriving. You see, we have high pressure and control of our weather for right now. Tuesday morning, it starts off cloudy with 45 degrees. By lunchtime, 11 o'clock, I like early lunch, by the way, 11 o'clock. Lunchtime, 50 degrees and rainy. Rainy with heavier showers at 3 o'clock. Watch 8:30. Three-headed monster pushing through for Milford, Georgetown, and Millsboro, right between Millsboro and Selbyville. We're looking at a very strong storm that's going to push through then, and then it moves quickly out of the way by the time we get to Wednesday. That Tuesday storm is going to move so fast, I'm concerned about it becoming a supercell thunderstorm. Not quite tornadic because it's going to be just a little bit too cool for that, but it's going to get really close. Look at these winds out of the south at 66 miles per hour. So we're talking about tropical storm strength type winds here, even as we go into Wednesday after the storm is supposed to be out of the way. And the amount of rain, we're talking about 1 3/4 to 2 inches of rain. And then even as we take a look at from a wider standpoint, we're looking at least 1.5 in most areas from this one storm. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Once again, Tuesday is the first alert day. Wednesday, early in the morning, before 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, it's windy. But then we catch our breath on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Another round of storms then as well.
Paul, thank you. The Sussex Tech School District is experiencing significant enrollment growth. According to the school, there was a 35% overall increase in students across all classes from 2022 to 2023, and classes experienced the largest increase in ESL. In addition to ESL classes, apprenticeship and driver's education enrollment also rose substantially.
The Maryland State Board of Education is hosting a series of virtual town halls to gather feedback on the selection process for the state superintendent of schools. The 3 town halls will take place over Zoom at 9 a.m. on January 16th, 1 p.m. on the 17th, and 6 p.m. on the 18th. The next Maryland State Superintendent will take office on July 1st with a term running through June 30th, 2028.
The Ocean City Beach Patrol is actively recruiting for the 2024 summer season. The Beach Patrol says lifeguards could make up to $16,000 during their first season with continued pay while they're trained. Additional benefits include a $500 signing bonus and a $250 rental housing assistance stipend, among others. Interested applicants can register online for a test.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Tonight we have a top matchup in Bayside boys basketball. Cambridge South Dorchester facing North Carolina. CSD is trying to stay undefeated, while the Bulldogs are hoping to get back in the win column. The Vikings are coming off a 24-point victory over Queen Anne's County. Tonight, CSD is going for their 9th straight victory. On the other side, North Carolina is hoping to rebound after a tough 1-point loss to Easton last week. Before that, the Bulldogs knocked off Kent County and Poly Tech. North Carolina is hoping to improve to 500 on the season with a victory tonight. To the NFL, the Washington Commanders fired head coach Ron Rivera this morning after losing the final 8 games of the season, ending with a 4-14 record and in the last place in the division. In 2020, when Rivera became head coach, the Commanders captured the NFC East with a 7-9 record, but the squad has never produced a winning season under Rivera. Washington owner Josh Harris has hired 2 former GMs to assist in the search for a new head coach, which is already underway. And this Saturday night's NFL playoff game between Kansas City and Miami will only be available on NBC's streaming platform Peacock, which requires a paid subscription. The game won't be available on CoastTV. This decision was made by NBC Corporate, not by WRDE. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Soaring Over the Shore is brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
An important tributary and very well traveled, Love Creek is as sweet as it sounds.
Many drivers know this waterway because it crosses under 24. It's also host to salt marshes and some bay grasses that help waterfowl, fish, and crabs alike. There is more and more development taking place along Love Creek, making this Angola gem more well known, as well as calls to protect its beautiful banks.
On November 1, 2023, the State of Delaware Consumer Protection Unit implemented new regulations to reduce fraudulent practices by home improvement contractors in the first state. To protect you and your home, Know the law. Always verify the contractor's professional licensing at contractorregistry.delaware.gov. Don't fall for just licensed and insured. Always get a detailed scope of work. And remember, bargain basement prices may lead to yard sale quality. Peace of mind. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Delmarva's Classic Rock. Big 1077.
Enjoy 10 songs in a row, brought to you by Pohanka Kia of Salisbury.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on Coast TV.
It's time to experience an extraordinary lineup of entertainment at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center. Enjoy performances by the Four Phantoms in concert on February 4th, Wheel of Fortune Live on February 29th, The Simon & Garfunkel Story March 18th, and The Price is Right Live on April 1st. The excitement is building, and now it's your turn to be a part of it. Secure your seats at ococean.com/pack and join us for the most amazing season yet. Don't miss out. Come experience the magic of live performances all in one place at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center. See you there.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Let's take a look at our extensive forecast. Look, and we have a first alert day for Tuesday. We're watching out for 70-mile-per-hour winds, 1.5 to 2 inches of rain. We'll keep you updated on this throughout the day. And then it stays a bit windy for early Wednesday morning. But by the time the sun comes up, all of it should subside by then. Thursday, we catch our breath. Friday, Saturday, another round of rain. And then next Monday and Tuesday, we're going to go from rain on Monday to maybe a wintry mix on Tuesday. You know what? It's too early to talk about that. Just think about tomorrow.
Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download the Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.